All right, 9:53 a.m. Today we are going to be doing some restructuring of my idea backlog. All the ideas that you see me talk about are right now in three separate places. We got the idea backlog itself with different ideas from the different categories, as well as a dumping ground view in this idea backlog. We also have a content production, which is where I typically have been looking at, and these are the ideas I actually usually record, which means I don't ever really look at these ideas in the idea backlog. And then I have a third place where if I get, here, let me close this out. Y'all know you be seeing that sidebar. There's the practice inbox, which is where I also put ideas that randomly come to me. So I have like three different places where I have ideas, and that is annoying, unorganized, messy, and then I never get to these. These become stale and dead. And then I had also another idea, and that is if I unified all of these and kind of just had it look like this, but with the 7 categories, then we can all see all the ideas, and we can just pull ideas from each category as we want. Like we're pulling ideas from a hat. And in that way, if you have if you see something on here that you want me to go over, we can. And instead of putting pressure on myself to make sure that, like right now, for each of these, it has to be its own video, or at least that's how I have it in my head. But the idea is that if I just have this one unified board, I can just pick something up, go through it, and if it's a whole episode, great. If not, I can just pick the next thing up. Now, I could still do that with this view, but it's just going to make it a lot easier to unify these 3 different places that I have ideas into all the same place. So if you are interested in looking at someone edit their idea system in Notion, God bless you. But that's what I'm going to be doing in this episode, and it's going to be long and may not be the most entertaining, but nevertheless, here we go. So to help me do this, my trusty buddy Claude is going to lead the charge. So here we go. Get Claude up. Make it smaller. Move this over. Da, da, da. Cool. And then why is this not? Bitch. Come on. Fill up the remaining space. There you go. All right. So now idea backlog. So what do we need to do? We want to migrate everything from the practice DB. We definitely want to do that. We also want to make sure we have our 7 category views, which we do. Personal. I don't think we need that right now. I don't even know what's in here. We gotta be careful. Ooh, right. Okay. It's funny because a lot of this stuff just gets, and that's I get messy. All my ideas are all over the place. So let's just delete this view. We don't need that. Writing letter to dad. Maybe we'll do that later. Let's see. Publish, teaching. What is this? Order of teaching. See, this doesn't belong here. This could go easily to the practice DB because I think I already have a section for that. Practice. Yeah, we'll just move to that DB. Get rid of this view. So right now we're just kind of clearing out all these different views that I've made over the last year or so, and God knows why. Whoa. See, it's a freaking mess. These are all things published though, so that's interesting. Caring for a new. So this right now this view isn't doing much. It's supposed to be, I think, all the writings when I was doing articles, but as you can see, like caring for a newborn, this was a YouTube video I did. So the filters are not working properly on this view, which means I haven't really maintained or kept up with this to make sure it's showing the right thing. So we can delete this too. All right, we're moving right along. Content production. This is where all the things were before. This is fine. Dumping ground. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so I actually saw, so like these like here, for instance, thank you to all my hard workers or blue collar workers. This was just an idea that the people that probably don't get as much love or respect, recognition as they should, people that, work in factories or, I don't know, farming or plumbing, things that we all need for the backbone of society. That's a random idea. And it was in the dumping ground view, but I think it's also in here because this is also not filtered well. Yeah, so it's also here. So we can safely get rid of this view knowing that everything is already contained in this all view. So it's like we have multiple buckets carrying the same items, and that's just extra weight we don't have to carry. Bada boom. Another one's gone. Another one bites the dust. Published may be worth keeping. This would show everything that's already been done. But actually, I don't even know if I need these views because they're all going to show up as columns in the new view. So let's just create the new view and we'll go from there. So the new view will have well, it should be a board, I think. Let's start out as a board. Oh boy, here we go. Let's just call it ideas for now. Let's call it ideas. We can rename it later. And we want to group by category. So when you make a Notion view, you want to group by, not status, we want to group by category. So when we do that, it's going to change, I believe, to the different categories I have, which are like the hard stuff, contentment, connection, those sorts of things, I think. Right. Okay. I think I can fix the NBA. Yeah, I just did that one. So here we need to filter out, first of all, because I've already done this, and it probably has a publish date. Right. So we want to filter out everything with a date published, meaning it's already been done. So how do I do that? Just filter? Okay, so we want to add a filter. Filter by date published. Well, it's not, it has a date. How do you do this? Let's try this. Filter by is not empty. That's what we want. There we go. So now everything that is not empty. But why is it still here? Date published is not empty. Oh, is not empty. We want it empty. Heavens. I'm a programmer. This is very like basic conditional logic that you would see in programming. All right, is empty. Aha, there we go. So now everything that's already been published is removed. Now this is a lot to look at. Wow. Okay. So personal, let's get rid of this. Hide group. No category. Okay, and these were things. Dude, this is a lot of shit. But this is all the categories. So let's organize the categories in the order that I have it in the practice. So if you're not familiar, I have 7 categories in my whole little practice system. Perception, foundations, mindfulness, hard stuff, connection, contentment, and spirituality. Generally, every idea that I talk about could be placed in one of those 7 buckets, typically. Obviously, there are some exceptions, but that's generally where we are. So we're going to put it in the order that I like to teach them in, or the order that I think people can start learning this stuff the best. So perception would be first, and then we have foundations as second. And then I want to rename this, edit groups. How do you edit? So I don't know why I keep doing that. Found it. There we are. So foundations. S is bothering me. Perceptions, foundations, and then next is definitely mindfulness. And then we have hard stuff. People want to know how to work on their problems, anxieties, and worry, things like that. So you have perception, foundations, mindfulness, hard stuff, not contentment, connection, spirituality, no category, and then we have personal. We want to hide this because we don't need this anymore. Hide group. Kill. This has no category right now. That's fine. Not worried about that. And then we want to add a group. We want to add so we were going to have something like things that are most recent, like the ideas that are new. Like a lot of these I made them a while ago. But then they get dropped. They get forgotten about. Like this Perdomo effect, something I used, but like when was the last time it was made? This was probably created, so it was created on January 27th, and it's now May 1st. So it's been sitting there. I haven't even looked at it. So this gives me the opportunity just to kind of see all my ideas in one place, and we'll see how this goes, because this is a lot. This is overwhelming. And the crazy thing is this is not even close to everything. I have all my other ideas still in OneNote because I just moved over from Notion last year. So like I still have a lot of notes, and I mean, look at this. This shit's insane. Yeah, it doesn't end. My brain does not stop. I just keep thinking of shit, and then I write it down. I just keep on writing, baby. Anyway, you get the point. So need a place for all my ideas, and then I can kind of just look at everything and see what is the most entertaining or most feels most alive for me today. So okay, next we're gonna have a category so this is where the ideas come, and then like we saw on the content production, which is what I previously used, to kind of like, this is where I kind of been writing down ideas, the most recent ones, and talking about them. See how I have recording here? Like I pick something up, and that's what I'm going to record next. And I have some random notes. So basically what we want to do is we want to migrate all of these to, oh wow, what is this? Drafted but not worked. Look, I am a mess. I am all over the place. Okay. All right, so you know when you have such a big mess, you just don't know where to start. Like you got to clean up, and it's just overwhelming. It reminds me of that scene in the Pearl Harbor movie where that poor nurse just has patients everywhere, and like they're all on the floor because they're just, they've just been through war, and she doesn't know where to begin. Obviously, the stakes are a little different here, but just overwhelming. So should I put everything into each? God damn it. I kind of just want to be lazy and move all of these to that no category or whatever it was called. Hold on. How the fuck do I? Idea backlog. All right. I don't think I need this right now. So let's move this out of the way. Let's get the ideas itself, like the thing we're working with, the new boy, and then we're going to. This is too much. This is too much. All right, we're just gonna full screen this. It's fine. Now here, nope. Ideas. So we're gonna move this to the top because this is the one. This is our source of truth now. Ideas. Yep. We're gonna move over, and so now we have. You know what? It might make more sense is if we have it, because it always starts from the left and goes to the right. So let's have our categories of what we're working on the left, and everything that we could do on the right. I don't know. We're gonna try it. So what is this? New page? No. So we want to create a new group, and we'll call this, let's just call it on deck. I do like having something where I have like the most recent ones ready to go. So we'll do on deck, and then we're going to create a new group called recording. And then we'll have another one called publishing. And that's the one where it's like after I'm done, I know I still need to upload it, you know, fill out the stuff and put it on YouTube. So we'll do publishing. And then we're going to move these bad boys over. So on deck. Good. We're going to move publishing. And then I got to go grab recording. And then I don't know if this left or right idea was good or not. We'll see. We can always change it, just reordering some columns. So then on deck, recording, publishing. Cool. I don't know if I like that or not. Anyway, it helps for now. So then now we have a category of on deck. And we have no category. So is no category literally a category? No, it's empty. Okay. So then I think that would mean, yes, that like empath, psychedelic research, those are showing up here. Yes. So then I can safely kind of just hide this group, move to the items don't get to read. Oh, we'll be group in this other group. No, we don't want to do that. Like, what is the subconscious? So is that also in? Yes, it is. Like, what is subconscious? So basically, everything without a category is here. So even, yeah, data, I saw that. So all of these are already showing up. Good. You know, I don't really need any of this. So I think everything, yes, so everything, strong ego, brittle ego, is that in here as well? I should be searching for it. This is not the most effective way. Did I pass it? Yeah, right there. Okay. So I have everything moved over, or everything is captured here. Awesome. So now we have all our ideas from all these different places, and I could probably safely delete a view, because I don't believe deleting a view removes it from the database. Let me just double check that. Does deleting a view in Notion delete the items contained or shown in that view? I don't think so. It's just a filter of the database, right? Okay. So with that, we could safely delete some of these views to just have one organized place. But then I'm thinking, do I want to keep it to maybe look at one of these all at once? Yeah. It's just a lot. I think I could delete the content production view, because even, right, does this have a category? No. So even identity of the practice and channel logo, so like things I'm working on for the channel, that could still show up here, and it does. Okay, so everything is captured in the no category. So I can delete this view. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that yet. I don't know, that felt scary. All right, we're going to leave everything as is, but there is one more thing we definitely need to do, and that is take the inbox, everything from the inbox. So to keep it all straight, I had another place where I had ideas, and this is why we're doing this, because it's just messy as hell. Now these look like they all have a category on them. Contentment, yeah. This is beautiful. So do they really all have a category? They sure do. So if we move these, like let's say let's move one. So this one's self-referential data. This is the idea or the concept that we have areas of our brain responsible for how we think about ourselves. Self-referential, referring to ourself. Like if you don't like yourself, if you like yourself, that kind of thing, that there's an area in part of our brain concept, self-referential data and thinking. So if we move this to the idea, I don't think it was that one. I think it's this. If we move it here, what happens? So if we go here, okay, so we moved it. Now let's go check the connection category and see if it moved. So we want to go here and go to connection, and we want to find self-referential data with 66 items. So I'm going to search. It's not there. No. Connection. Yeah. What did I say? I was looking at contentment. So there we go. So it did move over. Cool. I think that means we can just go for it and highlight everything here. Highlight everything here. Oh, this is scary. And then we just scroll up, and these 41 ideas will be thrown onto the correct place in Notion. So move to. And it keeps showing this, but I tried it earlier, and this is like the view idea backlog and not the database. Look at the image and how it's different. See how this symbol is different? I don't know if you did, but this is the universal symbol for a database. So this is where we want, I think. And cross our fingers, here goes nothing. Shit, hold on, let me go back. I don't remember what was what. Okay, so let's see. Let me take a screenshot real quick. And I'm going to look for these bad boys. Well, I'm going to look at more because I'm what's the word? Nervous? It's like my life's work here. All my ideas and shit. Not that I wouldn't have these ideas again, because I totally do and will. Ideas kind of recycle as you move through life. More things happen. You think of things like, oh shit, I haven't thought of that idea in a minute. All right, so if I control Y, will it redo what I just did? It sure did. All right, so then now let's verify that things moved to their proper place. So I want to just switch views so then it can do a fresh reload of everything. And I keep going to content production. So one of these first things is suffering can be a great catalyst for change, and that is in the hard stuff category. So I literally just forgot what I said. Suffering can be a great catalyst for change. Ah, there it is. Suffering can be a great catalyst for change. Boom, one down. Next is all inhibitors to feel good vibes. Contentment. So all inhibitors. And there it is. You see on the far right of the screen. To feel good vibes. All right, let's just do like 2 more sanity checks, and this looks good. Let's do it from the perception category. Forming of perception and reframing. Forming of perception. All right, we're good to go. All right, so everything moved over properly from that column. Beautiful. Excellent. All right, so self-doubt. We can just move this bad boy. It's by itself. Backlog. Cool. So then now we can get rid of this. Whoa. What happened? Why did... Oh, I just moved a bunch of categories. Oh, my God. Okay, so this is just a view. This is just a view, Alex. Don't freak out. You don't have to do nothing with this. This is old. It's just showing me different things in the database. All right, so here... What's in here? Practice updates? Oh, I already did that. So get rid of this. Dude, I am a mess. So unorganized. It's about time I did this. So if I move one of these, let's just double check. Let's do neti neti. That looks like an easy one to spot out. So if I move neti neti, which is the concept or a meditation of seeing what you are not. You know, you ask the question, who am I? Then your mind will come up with an answer of like, well, maybe I'm my thoughts. Maybe I'm the things I did. And you say, no, not that. It's an ancient Hindu practice. Anyway. So if I move this fella, move to, you guessed it, Daya. So if I go back, neti neti, there we are. It's in no category. Good. So let us move all of them. So we move these fellers. Move to. Let me look up one. One of them said my wife. It was very incomplete. Ooh. What happened? What? Hold on. Maybe it just didn't refresh. Do the thing right. Let's try again. Oh, where'd they go? All right, that ain't good. So can I undo? Whew. Oh, asking wife. Whoops. So let's redo. Go back and let's see if it's in there. There it is. All right, so everything moved over. Cool. What else was there? I think, was that it? Now I can just kind of get rid of some of this shit. Because all of this is going to show up, like the audio shortcut. This is the idea of just like being aware, using audio, using audio books and just different teachings, listening to keep you in a mindful state. For me, listening to spiritual teachers just in the background while I'm doing things helps me stay in like a mindful zone, keeps me peaceful without much effort. And it's like, if the audio works, then just use it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. In my head before, I'm like, I have to be able to do it on my own. But, I mean, screw that. Audio shortcut. Do we see this anywhere? Yeah, right there. Staying mindful, blah, blah, blah. Go back. Staying mind. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is, like, again, just a view. And these are all the things that have been done. These all have categories. So I can safely delete this inbox view. Kill. Voila. Magic. Dope. And I still have a bunch more. Do something. Wait, what is this? Are these more ideas? Life to make you happy. That's a good one. I like that. That's in contentment. Read all this could be throughout. What? Just identified self section may not be in its own dedicated within the. No, we can get rid of this. That was when I had a different subcategory. Yeah, we haven't even gotten down that. Subcategories. Mindfulness analogy? What is this about? I don't know. This is my problem. I think too much. I need to take my own advice. Half this stuff is about thinking less, and I'm a serial thinker. Regardless, we can move it to the idea backlog. It has the mindfulness category, so we're good there. Move to idea backlog. Cool. After work, this is a... What? Oh, I was going to say, that's not... Stuff with work is usually... What? Yeah. I mean... I think that's something... This is the idea... After work, basically, it's how when I have a busy day, I'm doing a bunch of shit. At the end of the day, like the brain is still in go mode and do mode, and it's hard to stop doing things. So this goes in foundations. It's related to like work and doings, and the importance of slowing down and resting so you come back stronger. You know, kind of separate yourself from your work, which is a important part of not being burnt out, and to just maintain sanity. So we'll put this in. This is rest, yeah, and then work. It could be workplace systems, but we'll just do work. And then we'll move this as well. We'll move both of these. We'll move both of these bad boys. Wait a minute. They're already here. These aren't new ideas. These are things that will stay in the practice database. So if that wasn't clear, and it's not, the things that make it to the practice database, these are things like, for sure, these are good. We like these. This is important. This is part of our holy grail of good shit. Ideas is more of just things that, like, let's explore it. Let's see what it's about. Might be just something I want to talk about. It might be something that's already in the practice database, and we just want to go over it again. So this is more of our playground. The others, like, things that are cemented. Like, this is what we want to follow. This shit's good. Okay, so I think we're good to go. Now, I was hesitant to get rid of this because there were some things that I hadn't moved over yet. So, like, we confirmed that this was done. We confirmed this was done. All this looked good. So we're close to getting rid of this, except for this stuff. I'm just hesitant to get rid of it. Let's just create it. I'm going to create a new category, templates, just to move that stuff over. I don't know if I really need to. I don't know if I want to do that. How important is it? Let's see. That I do want to keep, because this is kind of like the thing I've been worrying or looking at with the channel of, like, if you had to summarize in 2 sentences, what would it be about? And I feel like that's our kind of mission statement. I think that's important. And then I'm trying to work on a logo, but as you can see, that's a clear work in progress. Recording model. Yeah, I made this recently, just giving myself, this was something that came out of trying to learn to be a better speaker. Free writing. What the hell? Okay, so this is just something I was probably going to use to warm up speaking, where I just wrote down a couple things that happened and then just talk about it to warm up my speaking. Recording stuff. When recording, you're teaching yourself. Yes. Speaker's cheat sheet is here as well. Golly. I feel like it's like a compulsion to write stuff down. Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm just going to combine some things. It's just too much. We're just going to keep it all. We're just going to keep it all. We're just going to move it. We're just going to create this stupid column. Call it, what was it called? Templates? So does it load the shit from there? Why not? Is that not a oh, it's not a category. That's why. So if we highlight these, and then we do not move to, edit property. Dude, I've gotten pretty good at Notion. Templates, I'm proud of myself for that. So that now they'll show up here. Dude, I'm getting good. All right, cool. So then now we have the templates taken care of. These we know are in the no template or no category. Publishing, that's fine. Don't care. Then these are done. These were old things. Nobody cares. So we are just going to delete the view. We are done with you. And boom, just like that, we've gotten rid of the practice inbox. We've gotten rid of the content production. And now we have one uniform place to see all of our ideas. Now, what's behind here? Okay, so we want templates to be at the end because that is not as important. So now we have all our categories, all the shits. Yeah, was that it? That wasn't so bad. Hold on, let me look. I'm gonna, just as a sanity check, I'm gonna ask AI, because I was talking to this before we started the video, just on, making sure I did the old, making sure I was just had a good plan for this episode and what I wanted to do. So I'm just gonna do a sanity check. All right, so I moved everything from the inbox view in the practice database to my new view in the idea backlog. I have the 7 categories in this updated idea backlog. I moved everything from the content production view to the new idea backlog view. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I had decided against doing a status property of fresh. I think I just have a column called on deck, and for me that's just easier to do for now. And I'm just trying to think if there was anything else that I'm possibly missing here. I don't think so, but I just wanted to double check, sanity check.
Now you're solid. You've got the core setup, all ideas in one place, 7 category columns, and an on-deck column for what you're actually grabbing for the next episode.
Status property I mentioned was just one way to organize, but honestly, if an on-deck column is working better for your brain, that's the right call. Only thing worth confirming, are you still keeping the practice DB inbox for realizations and actual breakthroughs separate from the episode ideas, or did you consolidate that? Well, I didn't remember we talked about that. I just did away with the practice database inbox because I just want one place where we have all ideas, just one place I go to, and I have that as my new idea backlog view. So any new idea goes straight to the idea backlog view, and then from there we talk about it in an episode, and if it's legit, if it's really good, we move it to the practice database.
Yeah, that's cleaner. You're right. One place for all ideas is the point. Ideas land in idea backlog, you talk through them, and if something's actually solid, then it graduates to the practice DB as a real note or realization. You're done. That's the system.
Dope. Cool. All right. Well, oh shit. I'm still talking. Nope. We're done, bitch. All right. All right. Very good. So now, my God. Now, again, I'm like, where do I start? Oh, boy. So, I'm almost wondering if I should move these back over. I do want to ask it that. All right, the video is basically done. We did everything we needed to do, but I'm going to keep going because I want to... I don't know. I don't know if I should... move these categories back over. It's just kind of weird. How do you pull from right to left? Yeah, we can't have this at the end. Because if we do, then we have to scroll over. So they have to stay here. They have to. Yeah. And then I do have that filter, right? If it has a published date, right? Oh, I do need one more category or something, and that is when it's done, it goes bye-bye, and it goes to the published. I'm also thinking too, should I just get rid of these views? I'm so quick to, like, I get trigger happy when it comes to removing things. I do that at home too. If I'm like, shit, if we can take something to the Goodwill and just get rid of it, that'd be nice. I don't know why. I like the idea of decluttering. I think this is good enough for now. I'm trying to do too much. This is a good starting point. This is good. This is crazy. Oh, and there is another thing, honestly. I have within the practice DB. Well, hold on. Something else too. Just never ends. Task list. I had some. So this is the systems episode. That's good. Let me. Wait, how do I? I'm going to take all these. Ah, ah, move to done. And then these were other ideas that I had, and I want to move all of them to what we just made. So move to, and we want to do the idea backlog database, and it's going to show up 3 tools of mindfulness. So let's go here. Where'd they go? 3 tools of mindfulness, diet, exercise. Okay, cool. So these were the ones that were kind of fresh for me. So I'm going to put these back. All the kind of new things that I just thought of today, honestly. Today or yesterday. All right. And then the other thing I wanted to look at is I do something with all. So I have these pages, I think, in the practice DB where I usually have a section called do something with this. And it's just like all the notes where I just dump in here as well. So here's yet another place. So maybe I don't have one for perception, but I know I have it for some other ones. Maybe not. Wait a minute, do I have an all? Because then from here, yeah. I'm so smart. So from here, we're going to type in do something. Well, I thought I did. Did I get rid of all of them? I could have swore I had a bunch of do something with this pages in each. Maybe I already got rid of them. Okay. Kill. All right, I think we are good to go. Maybe. I've said this like 8 times now. Yeah, we're done. Alrighty. Next video, we can actually do some ideas. That is it, folks. We are much more clean and organized now. We have removed the inbox where ideas kind of just came. We consolidated the content production view where I kind of had ideas and go through them for the channel. And then those idea backlog, that was just these that were ideas that were going to die, basically, and never looked at them. So now we have them all in one unified place, and I'm happy with that. I ain't mad at that at all. So cool. Thank you for sticking around to do some lovely systems organization. I'll see you all next time.